Here we go again.
It's round 2.
Let's have a party and drink up a lot of beer. Let's have a party and drink up a lot of beer.
25 minutes before 9 o'clock, the morning news with Webster and Nancy on WILK. Now, the two-time winner of the Pennsylvania Association of Broadcasters Award and the not one but two-time winner of the Pennsylvania Associated Press Broadcasters Association Award, promoting and advancing the craft and microbrew culture in Northeast Pennsylvania. This is another edition of
The Friday Beer Buzz!
And the Friday Beer Buzz, powered by Sabatini's Pizza in Exeter, one of the area's greatest selections of rare craft and imported beers, growlers and crowlers, a hand pump, and 35 rotating drafts at Sabatini's Pizza and Sabatini's Bar and Bottle Shop, Wyoming Avenue, Exeter.
Here's Bill from mybeerbuzz.com. Good morning, Bill.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday to you.
We had a very good event at Sabatini's on Wednesday night.
I know it was a big event.
Excellent.
The blackout event,
Yeah.
all stouts, all night long, some really good stuff.
You didn't black out, did you?
No.
One of the beers featured was the beer we had last week on the show, yes?
Yeah, Woot Stout.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go through the whole thing because if it's not written in front of me, I could stray
you'll
and say
screw
the
it up.
wrong name.
Right.
Yeah, really good event. Really nice firkin from Ballast Point. It was an oak spiral aged Victory at Sea.
Nice,
really
nice.
nice dark stout.
Nice firkin.
Yeah, it was. And they had a peppermint version of that as well. And, we've done the peppermint beers, and they can be a little twisty, but it was good. It was good.
The peppermint twist?
Yeah.
Okay.
Lindo has an event coming up February 6th with New Belgium. It's a very rare event. It's a paid event to get in, but it includes food and some really rare sours that they're going to launch. It's a really unusual event to have anywhere north of Philly.
Yeah.
So we're one of the only places you can do this. I don't think there's anything north of Philly.
It is kind of it's a really nice honor that New Belgium has dropped in his lap, and it's a limited entry too. You mentioned it's a paid event, but it's also going to be limited to
60 people.
60, and that's it.
So
That's
don't
great.
delay. He is selling tickets now.
Yeah.
You can get tickets now. And then, not to be outdone by that, he has the Battle of the Beasts, and that is his February event. That's the middle Wednesday of February. We're still working on a date for that. But that's all big beers.
I have. I'm going to be signing a new contract with Any Luck at All in about 2 or 3 months, and I'm looking to get Thursdays off, just so I can hit the Wednesday events.
That would work.
Yeah.
You do need to plan ahead when you go to these events.
No doubt about it.
Because it's easy to. There are lots of great beers, lots of unusual beers that you won't get a chance to have.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, our friends at Three Guys and a Beard. Yeah. They look like maybe things were not working out for them right around Christmas time. They were talking about maybe shuttering the place. Yeah. And then they've been revived somehow. A lot of folks have come to their rescue to help them out. Yeah. And it looks like now that they have a new business plan where they're going to concentrate more on the tasting room. Yeah. And they're back in business.
Yeah, Matt sent me an email a couple days ago saying that they're going to give it a run.
So congratulations to those guys. Great bunch of guys, make a great bunch of beers.
So yeah, we'll keep our eye on it and watch out for them.
All right.
We have a guest with us.
Guest in the studio. Yay!
In the studio. We love in-studio guests.
We were going to comb our hair, but...
Thank you very much. from Northeast PA. Yeah. From Anzalone Special Beer, we have Doc Anzalone. Welcome to the Friday Beer Buzz, Doc.
Thanks for having me. Thank you very much. You're very friendly.
So, Doc, I have to thank you for being early. I think it is the first time in my entire life that a doctor has ever waited for me.
Well, I was so excited about being on this program, and thanks for having me, really.
Because he's really a doctor, okay, everybody?
Yeah, Doc is not a nickname, right?
No, I was a physician for 40 years.
Wow.
40 years from, I got my license in 1975 and worked until, the last 5 or 6 months.
And the career ladder here. Now, my mom would be saying, go from beer to being a doctor.
Yes.
To go from doctor to doing beer is a little bit of a curveball. I guess it's something you've always wanted to do?
Always. And I worked at my dad's beer distributing company.
Yeah.
When I was 14 years old, started then, and cleaning up glass and cleaning up broken beer bottles, and moving beer cases and unloading beer trucks. So
that sounds like my usual weekend at my house.
And I really was interested in the business a long time ago.
And your dad was a master distributor from some really big local brands.
Yes, well, the main brand, he was would be an import distributor. Now they're called import distributors. Back then they were called master distributors. So he was the master distributor for the Wilkes-Barre-Scranton area back in they started in 1938 and went until about 1966.
So you had
the beer was Kyer's beer. beer. I don't know if you remember Kyers
Yeah,
beer
I do,
out of
absolutely.
Illinois City.
That was the first beer I ever bought.
Yeah.
Kyers.
Yes, exactly.
And it went like this. The guy, and at the time, a quart of beer was 65 cents. And I bought the beer, and the bartender said $3. I said, $3? He said, kid, you want the beer, don't you?
But you guys did Stegmeyer. I have Kyers, Old Redding, Gibbons, Yingling, and even more than that. So you had your feet in this for a long, long time.
Yes, it was mainly. I have to make that point. It was mainly Kyers beer. If you walked into my dad's place, back in say 1951, that was our heyday year, 1951.
Wow.
It was 95, maybe even 96% of the product or the stock on the floor was Kyers beer, and then maybe we had four pallets of Schlitz. You remember?
Schlitz.
Schlitz of Philadelphia.
And that was it.
You love it?
And that was it. So it wasn't. He wasn't really a distributor. A distributor that you would see today. If you walked into a distributorship now, you're going to see a lot of beers.
Right.
A bunch of beers.
Wonderful.
So was it easy to walk out the door and sneak a sixer out the door
It was
in those days?
Very easy. Very easy. Yes, I was weaned on Kyers beer.
It turned out well for you, though. You were a physician, you know?
Yes. And that was a long road.
So you're a physician for 40 years, but were you did you do like the home brewing thing, or what was your, how did you dovetail into that?
Well, I was always interested in the business, but of course I was more interested in medicine, and I had to be more interested in medicine because that's the way it was.
Certainly.
But it happened about 2.5 years ago. I was at Concentra, which is kind of like an occupational medicine facility.
Right.
And we were all backed up. We had patients all over the place, and we had to do all these difficult DOT physicals, Department of Transportation physicals,
right,
which are very serious physicals. And we had all patients all over the place. And I was speaking to another doctor who was about my age, and we were talking, well, what would you do if you didn't have to do this? So we started, in between patients, we started talking about what we'd want to do.
Oh, wow.
And it just came to my mind immediately. I didn't have to think about it. I said I would want to really do what my dad did.
Wow.
Sell beer and sell maybe even my own beer.
Yeah.
And he happened to know Bill Moore down at the Lancaster Brewery.
Oh,
he was
wow.
the brewmaster at Lancaster, and I told him the story about the Anzalones, about our family, and how we go way back, 1938, and that Kyers beer was the thing that we did and we loved, and he said, I told him a whole story, and he listened, and he said, well, Bill will really like that story. I said, he's not going to like that story, and he's not going to brew my beer. He won't brew my beer. He said, listen, I know him. He's my friend. Call him and tell him the story. And I said, okay, I will. So several days later, I did call him. I told him about, Kyers beer and the Anzalones. Right. And, we were master distributors up here for basically northeastern Pennsylvania. And he loved the story. And he remembered Kyers beer.
Wow.
He remembered Kyers beer. And I remembered Kyers beer, how it tasted.
Yeah.
And so we started tasting beer down at his facility, down at Lancaster Brewery, and we came up with our beer.
That's outstanding.
That's a really good story.
We should introduce our beer.
Yeah, how about it?
Our beer today is Anzalone Special Lager.
Zombie jamboree took place in a New York cemetery.
The Anzalone brothers. Outstanding.
Island Cemetery.
So, Doc, tell us more about the music we just heard.
Well, that goes way back. That goes back to when I was about 10 years old and my brother was 12 years old. And we were assigned by Jack Siegel, who was an agent in New York City. He was Milton Berle's agent, and we had to change our name back then. You couldn't be too much Italian,
ethnic, right?
Yeah, exactly. And we were the Nolan brothers up in the Catskill Mountains, and we made very good money.
Get out of here!
And of course, my father was a businessman, and he saw. We didn't see it. We didn't know. It was it was kind of work for us to do that. So we imitated the Everly Brothers.
Wow,
the Everly Brothers, and we did the Everly Brothers for a while, and then the Kingston Trio came to town, and we started imitating them, and a lot of our songs are from the Kingston Trio.
That's amazing.
That is great.
What a cool story.
Yeah.
So, Doc, which is more fun? Music, beer,
or
being a doctor?
I don't know about being. I don't know if medicine is fun. I think medicine's a pretty serious, occupation, and you really have to be very serious, and you can't be, you have to be very serious. So I think the most fun, I don't know. I had a lot of fun singing, and I'm having a lot of fun selling beer, and I've come across a lot of nice people selling beer.
So as a doctor, we have to ask you: is beer good for you? Is beer healthy?
Well, I think the alcohol, you have to watch that. But I think overall that would be the drink that's very healthy. Obviously, it's made from hops and barley, and you have a lot of vitamin B.
Right.
A lot of vitamin B.
Lots of grains.
It's better than drinking soft drinks with a lot of sugar. Okay. And I think it is probably the healthiest of all drinks, and the alcohol content usually in beer is about 4.5. Now the alcohol
they get crazy sometimes.
is going really high now.
True.
But a regular beer is about 4.5% alcohol. So that's not bad. That's not really bad. Not even for a younger person drinking beer.
Well, we've talked
don't take that underage drinking. Okay, I'm not saying that, please.
Right,
I was going to say, this is normally the point where we say we're not a doctor by any means.
We offer no medical advice.
Right. But there's got to be some stress reduction there that, there's a little bit of alcohol there, so a little bit of relaxation.
Exactly.
You're not...
In moderation.
In moderation.
So we're almost out of time, but let me just say, so you get hooked up with Lancaster Brewing and you start tasting beers because you want to try and do something that reminds you of the Kyers.
Kyers beer.
And so how far down the road did you have to go? How many test batches came and went before you said, I think we got it?
Well, I brought my wife along, and Bill Moore told me to do that because he didn't want me to get a DUI. So we went through a lot of beers, and we went through beers there at his facility at the brewery, Lancaster Brewery. So I tasted at least 15 beers that day, and they were all marked for me. And I chose this beer because the beer that we're selling now because it was a lot like Kyers, and I remember Kyers very well, and he remembered Kyers. So we tweaked it a bit and made it even more like Kyers.
And Anzalone Special Lager available throughout Northeast Pennsylvania?
Throughout, we're in 27 counties now. 27 counties, so it's actually, we're starting to say Eastern.
Nice.
Eastern Pennsylvania.
That's great.
Wow. And it's sort of a German-style lager, almost a Helles-style lager, a little bit lighter-bodied. What sort of ABV are we talking in this beer? It's about 4.5%?
Yeah, I did say that, 4.5%. Yeah.
Nice, easy drinking beer.
It's good.
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
You mentioned, I'm looking at the little brochure. You mentioned your wife, former Miss Pennsylvania USA.
Wow.
Former Rockette.
Yes, she's a Rockette. She's, a matter of fact, she's the
Come on, you're making this up now.
No, it is almost. She has done so much, and she, of course, was Nurse Pritchett on Dark Shadows.
Oh, my gosh.
She was Nurse
Are
Pritchett.
you kidding me?
I'm not kidding, no.
On Dark Shadows?
On Dark Shadows.
I love that show.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Matter of fact, we go to we have to be in New York City.
Barnabas.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
And Quentin.
Yeah, she's quite a woman, and she helps me so much.
That's
She really
amazing.
When you
my
said
gosh.
Bill Moore said to bring your wife down, I was thinking something complete. Not as a driver, I'm thinking like Bill.
Well, I think he heard about her. I think he heard about her.
That's great, John.
Another reason.
That's unbelievable.
That is great.
That's really cool.
Doc Anzalone is our guest. We're enjoying Anzalone Special Lager. It's from the Anzalone Special Beer Company. Doc, thank you for coming in today.
you.
We appreciate it. You make an outstanding beer here. This is really good. Thanks for being
Thanks
here.
for having me. Thank you very much.
The Friday Beer Buzz powered by Sabatini's in Exeter, one of the area's greatest selections of rare, craft, and imported beers. Growlers and Crowlers, a hand pump, and 35 rotating drafts at Sabatini's Pizza and Sabatini's Bar and Bottle Shop, Wyoming Avenue, Exeter.
The Friday Beer Buzz, bringing good beers and good people together.
I was on a journey about a year ago to a little town called Morrow in the state of Ohio. I've never been much of a traveler, so I really didn't know that Morrow was the hardest place I'd ever tried to go. So I went down to the station for my ticket and applied for tips regarding Morrow, not expecting to be beguiled. Said I, my friend, I'd like to go tomorrow and return no later than tomorrow, for I haven't time to burn. Said he to me,
now let me see if I have heard you right. You'd like to go tomorrow and return tomorrow night. You should have gone tomorrow, yesterday, and back today, 'cause the train that goes tomorrow is a mile upon its way. If you had gone tomorrow, yesterday, now don't you see, you could have gone tomorrow and returned today.